All right, greetings again, CAD Basics, for the final installment of the brick patterns. So I kind of I sidetracked myself and just went through in video 2. I just went through this entire list, not this entire list, the highlighted ones, the ones that you need to know to make this assignment happen. So I would definitely watch video 2, okay, and video 1. Video 1 shows the final product. Video 2 goes through the commands, and now I'm going to draw bricks finally, okay? These are your 2 sheets of paper. They correspond to here and here down at the bottom. This is model space where we draw. I'm just going to move this stuff off. All right, so I will just draw a quick circle to show. That's a circle, and that's a square. And when I come here, we see the square, and when I come here, we see the circle. Okay, select erase, select erase. E is for erase. Put your name in, the assignment name, your professor's name, the proper term. Okay, and the goal again is something that looks great like this. Spaced, spaced. So I might not go over all the details of the spacing in this video. I'm going to get through the CAD most importantly. I mean, the spacing generally, again, L is for line, L, enter, specify your first point. So my midpoint is on, my intersection, here I am. That's the center of my sheet of paper. So I will do my bricks there. This is what my bricks are going to look like. So when I am done, my running bond pattern, I will pick it up from the center. I have how many bricks? 8 bricks across the top. I'm going to draw a line right there. These are my little construction lines. I'm going to come up here to my layers, and I generally draw on the 0 layer. I'm going to jump down here to this magenta layer or cyan layer, just so when I draw you could see. Well, here, let me draw that a little better. Let's go to our dark red layer. So now these are construction lines. That means I'm going to use them to help me, but I'm going to erase them. They shouldn't be in the final thing. So I have 4 bricks on this side, 4 bricks on this side. M is for move. I'm going to select everybody but the bottom. Pick it up from there, move it to there. Now I'm going to use that right crossing window. This is a good time for that, to grab that red line and erase it. And that was the line that helped me identify, so Control Z, my red line, the midpoint is right on top of the end point for that. So this line showed me where the center of that was, and my red line is right there too. So everybody is converging perfectly at the midpoint of this rectangle. I'll erase those, and then I'll move this guy down. And then it's going every which direction. So that's generally how it's going to end. So I'm kind of working backwards, excuse me for doing that, but I just want to make sure that you see how we get to the end point, okay? So that's nice and centered to start. So now I will kind of start from scratch, all right? That's our brick right there, 3 by 8. I'll do it right here. All right, I'm going to do it. REC is for rectangle. Enter. Or space bar, that's what you hear, the space bar. Specify the first corner, pull it. I am going to go into dimension mode right there. D is for dimension, enter. And it disappears. 8 is for inches. If I wanted feet, I would put the foot sign. I don't have to put anything because it's inches. 3, enter. And there's my brick. And as I move, that brick is moving. If I want it to go up to the right, I come here. Bottom right, bottom left, top left. So the center point is nailed down, but I need to click one more time. Doesn't really matter. Click, and that's where it is. I am out of the command, and my cursor looks back to normal. Okay? So that is my brick. REC, enter, point, pull. D is for dimension, enter, 8, enter, 3, enter, click. 2 bricks. Move, enter. Select a brick, enter. Pick it up by its corner and connect it to, it's almost, see how close it is? But not close enough. Oh, until you see that green box. Now I have 2 bricks that are together. Now, I'm going to show you how to do that differently. That was. I just wanted to show the rectangle command twice. I'm going to show you how to copy bricks. So that's what we got there. DLI is dimension linear. 1 and 2. My 8-inch brick by 3 inches. They're all the same, but I'll measure right here. Click 1, click 2. So there's a 1/2 inch space. That's what that is right there. That's a 1/2 inch space between them. And one more time, I click anywhere 1 and 2 and pull it out. That's a 1/2 inch space. So each of these bricks has a 1/2 inch space floating around it. And when I come in here and I go line, enter, right at that midpoint, line, enter. So everybody, so the center of that space is on the center of that brick. Okay, that's how brick bonds have to work. Okay, center of that space is on the center of that brick. So I will show you how to do that very systematically and neatly. Okay, I didn't really do it neatly over here. Here I just had 2 bricks that were a couple feet away from each other and I just brought them back together. But this pattern I will draw very, again, neatly, systematically. So it's not so hectic at all. All right. Okay, from the top. Rectangle, enter, point, pull. D is for dimensions. It says 8 in the blue box right there, so I'm just going to hit enter. It says 3 from my previous one, enter, and there's the brick. Click. So I have 1 brick. I'm going to use the copy command. CO, enter. Select whatever I want to copy. That 1 brick. Enter. I don't want to select anything else. Now it's saying, where do you want to pick the brick up from? I'm going to pick it up right from that corner, the end point. And I'm going to move along, and there it is. But I'm going to connect it here. All right? Because anywhere else doesn't mean anything. You know, I mean, it's in line, but there's no dimension to it. So there's no point in just dropping it down somewhere. Connect it. I could connect another one, but I don't want to. So now I have 2 bricks that are perfectly connected right there because I saw that green box. I am going to move this one, enter, and now it's telling me, where do you want to pick this brick up to move it? All right, so now I'm going to move it. I want to move it that way, a 1/2 inch. I could pick it up from here, there. I could pick it up from anywhere. This might be a case where I actually pick it up out here in space. I'm just going to click. So you see how I'm just in this random spot, not connected to the brick at all? That's kind of odd and kind of sloppy. But I didn't really want to mess around with those snaps. So I'm just going to push it this way, and then I'm going to type 0.5 for a 1/2 inch. 0.5, enter. And it just moved it a 1/2 inch that way. All right, I just got the 10-minute warning, so I have 5 minutes to go. Copy, enter. Select, enter. I'll pick it up from here, move it to there. Escape. M, enter, select it, enter. I'm just going to select a random point, push it in the direction I want it to go, 0.5, enter. All right, now I'm going to move quicker. Copy. So I can make 8 bricks this way. Actually, I'm going to do, hold on. Copy, enter. This is very important. I'm going to pick up this brick now, enter. I'm not going to pick it up from here, though. I'm going to pick it up from here, a half an inch away. All right, so I'm copying the space. And I'm going to connect it to the end of this brick. So now I'm not only copying a brick, but I'm copying the space in between the brick as well. Escape. Copy, enter, select all the bricks, enter. I'll pick them up here at the top. I can move them down. Again, same thing we're doing as we just did. There's no point in dropping it at some random spot, so I'm going to connect it. Now I have 2 stacks of bricks right on top of each other. M is for move, enter. I'm going to select, enter. And now, again, I don't really need a base point. Click, pull it down, 0.5, enter. And I have a nicely stacked pair of bricks, all right? 2 more minutes. Line, enter. I'm going to draw a couple of lines right here. I'm going to draw that guy. I'm going to draw this guy. So that line is connecting these midpoints. Line, enter. Midpoint to midpoint. That guy is there. Move, enter, select, and I'm going to pick up this bottom row from here, the center of that brick, and move it to the center of that space. And now my bricks are nicely aligned. Line, enter. So I could just do a little test line right there. That's a little T for testing. And when I select this guy, midpoint hits right there. So my spaces are over the center of that brick. Copy, enter. Select the bottom. Now watch. I'm going to pick it up from here. I'm picking it up from a brick that I didn't copy, just like the same. I'm copying a space, and I'm dropping it there. Yeah, and then I'm just going to do the same thing one more time. There are different ways to do this. This might not be the quickest, but it will do for now. So I'm picking it up from the center and moving it to the center. And those are my lines that I don't need anymore. Copy the center row. Pick it up from here now, say where I'm picking it up, and drop it to there. I'm almost out of time. Copy the bottom 2 rows. Pick it up from here and drop it to there. And just keep dropping. Okay. That is the secret to success. And then make sure, line to the midpoint. So the center of these bricks has to be moved to the center of that page, and it has to be stacked nicely. All right. Good luck.